Sports Desk. After 15 months, it's finally over.
The day's come. I'm excited about playing in New York. I realize that we have a lot of work to do, and in the past couple of years, it hasn't been so sunny.
I don't care. I really don't. Here at this organization, I could care less about him.
I'm going to think about my days in Philadelphia as having a lot of fun. We had a really good group of guys there. I met a lot of friends.
We ended up allowing Eric to be bigger than the team. You don't see that out of Recchi or Leclerc or any of those types of guys.
In the famous words of the late and great Bob Johnson, today is a great day for hockey.
The Blue Jays were swinging for the garbage bags against the Twins, and we'll have you flipping out of your seat in our plays of the week. This is Sports Desk. This is Sports Desk. Hi, everybody. I'm Darren Atishan, along with Corey Warren. We're glad you tuned in, folks.
And you know, Darren, you heard Mark Messier there talking about the words of Bob Johnson, saying it's a great day for hockey. We all kind of knew that today was going to be the day after the announcement over the weekend, but finally the Eric Lindros saga is over.
Yeah, exactly. That's just it. Finally, you know, it took longer than anyone anticipated, even the principals, but between the limitations that were in place and the ill will that had festered between the Flyers and Eric Lindros, there was no simple solution. Little did we know that their stalemate would last 15 months. Today, an association that began in 1991 came to an end as Lindros was officially dealt to the New York Rangers. Gord Miller has more.
They held a news conference in New York on Monday, even though the news was already out. The Eric Lindros trade from Philadelphia to the Rangers was completed late last week, but on Monday he was finally unveiled as a member of the Broadway Blue Shirts. New York had waited some 2 weeks for this deal to be completed, which is nothing compared to the wait endured by Lindros, who had waited more than a year to become an ex-Philadelphia Flyer.
Well, this was easy. It's taken some time, but I'm happy the day's come. I'm excited about playing in New York. I realize that we have a lot of work to do, and in the past couple of years, it hasn't been so sunny, but bright days are ahead.
He's a tremendous guy. I've nothing but admiration for him ever since the first time I met him and his family. I think it's going to be a long reunion. We're going to fall in love with each other. He's going to fall in love with New York, and I'm very happy and proud to be able to have him here today.
Just flying up here for the announcement today, I'm just thinking about everything going on, and in the famous words of the late and great Bob Johnson, today is a great day for hockey, but not only that, it's a great day for hockey fans in New York City and in the New York Ranger organization.
Make no mistake about it, Eric Lindros and Mark Messier are excited to be teammates. Messier was Lindros' boyhood idol, but amid all the excitement, concerns as well. Of course, about Lindros' health, the 6 NHL concussions he suffered, and the 15 months he's been away from the game.
We've done a very extensive analysis on the situation, and I don't see it as high risk, high reward, but I do think the one thing you should understand is a philosophy that I have. If you're not going to keep trying to improve and get yourself better so that you can win and you can compete and win the Stanley Cup, that's what my goal is.
I've been seen by every doctor possible. Every I's been dotted, T crossed. I've been symptom-free for over 15, 16 months now. And I think that that lends itself to a good comeback.
But while they celebrate in New York, in Philadelphia, they turn the page on the often tumultuous 9-year Eric Lindros era. Flyer GM Bob Clarke was sharply critical of his former captain and his parents over the last couple of years, and he wasn't holding back now the deal is finally done.
Is there anything that you wish for him that you want to see happen for him in his career?
No, I don't care. I really don't. Here at this organization, I could care less about him. We strayed away from what we've always believed and what we're always taught since we come here, was that the team is the most important thing, and we ended up allowing Eric to be bigger than the team. And I mean, his parents demanded it too. You don't see that out of Recchi or Leclerc or any of those types of guys, so we won't lose our focus on the team again.
I never had a problem with Eric, and you know, if we have a chance to play together for Team Canada, I think we have to put aside any any problems that we had in the past.
I'm going to think about my days in Philadelphia as having a lot of fun. We had a really good group of guys there. I met a lot of friends. The fan support there is excellent. I've got nothing to say but good things about all those elements of Philadelphia. The rest of it, no, I don't care to be involved in it. I didn't get myself involved in it last year. I'm looking at this as a new start. I'm happy about it. I realize there's a great challenge ahead, and I want to be part of it. I want to get my, I want to be right in the thick of things, and I'm fired up. I don't know. I'm really excited about this.
There appears to be relief on both sides that this deal has finally been completed, but the date to circle on your calendar is January the 12th, when Lindros will make his first regular season appearance in Philadelphia as a member of the Rangers. He will likely get a rough reception there, and he might get one here as well, as a lot of New York Ranger fans have been vocal in their opposition to the team sending 3 good young players to the Flyers in exchange for a player with a troubled history of concussions and bad relations with management. With his take on the deal, here's TSN hockey insider Bob McKenzie.
Maybe it was one of those things where you had to be there, but from afar, Eric Lindros' introduction as a New York Ranger certainly had a subdued quality about it. If that seemed curious, so too is the fact that the Rangers find themselves having to hard sell this Lindros trade to their fans. Now, it seems unfathomable that Ranger fans have suddenly grown adverse to mortgaging the future, which historically has been the club's standard operating procedure. And yet there was Mark Messier giving his endorsement, with the Rangers no doubt hoping that a good word from Mess will get the disgruntled fans on side. All of that tells you a little something about the baggage that Lindros brings with him, the long-term health concerns after 6 concussions, the fallout from the fussing and feuding with Bob Clarke and the Flyers, and all those stories, real and imagined, about the influence of his parents. But from the Rangers' end of things, what choice did they really have? Joe Sakic and Rob Blake took themselves out of free agency by re-signing in Colorado. Then the Washington Capitals scooped Jaromir Jagr out of the Rangers' grasp. The Blue Shirts were in danger of going into next season with no reason to believe anything would be any different than it has been of late, which is to say no playoffs in New York. Now, Jan Hlavich is a good second-line winger who can score goals and put up points. And Kim Janssen is a mobile, puck-handling number 4 defenseman. And who knows how good or bad junior scoring ace Pavel Brendel will be as a pro. There is no question, though, that the Flyers have upgraded their depth and have the luxury of rolling the dice on Brendel. The thing is, for the Rangers anyway, none of those 3 can do for New York what Lindros can do, and that is create a buzz and excitement and make a big impact. That, of course, is if the Big E can stay healthy, and really that's what all this boils down to, Lindros' health. If he's felled by another concussion and his career is snuffed out quickly, it may be Sather's undoing in New York. If, however, Lindros plays and plays a long time in Manhattan, his skill and strength suggest he'll score goals and elevate the Rangers back to the land of the living. And what of Lindros himself? He certainly looked happy enough putting on that Ranger sweater, but let's be honest, the Rangers weren't his first choice. The Toronto Maple Leafs were, for a long time, his first and only choice. He only then expanded his list to include St. Louis, Detroit, and Washington, but not New York. Only when it became apparent he wasn't going to be a Maple Leaf, a Blue, a Red Wing, or a Cap did Lindros relent and allow himself to be shipped to Broadway. The Rangers, a rebuilding team that may not even make the playoffs with Lindros in the lineup, were Eric's ticket back to the NHL. And if he didn't get it punched in New York, it might not have been punched at all. So the nasty divorce with the Philadelphia Flyers is all over, and that's a relief for all concerned. But let's call this for what it is. Lindros couldn't land his one true love. He had to settle instead for someone else. And now that they're married, congratulations are in order, even if you got the feeling that what went down on Monday was an arranged marriage or a marriage of convenience. For TSN Sports Desk, I'm Bob McKenzie.